Whew. Good morning, everybody. So, I've had time really now. It's Sunday. I had some rest. I had some good time watching myself, my mukbang. That was very fun. And that was a long time coming to do something like that because I always enjoyed doing that stuff. But the shanty situation was a situation. But that is over. And I really want to make it clear how over it is to people because I'm seeing this stuff pop up with weirdness where people are thinking that it could be that I'm going to go back. I'm telling you, zero chance. And I'm telling you, if you want to, you can look me up on Tinder. And I am not listed as in a relationship because I'm not. I'm single. I am committed in my heart to Ezzy, but I have not still heard nothing. And there are a lot of people that are making me pretty much understand that whatever she was, it isn't what I thought it was. That much seems to be pretty clearly the case. That return of the McCafe cup. I just saw your post with the bite mark. On a bite mark, I don't know if there's a bite mark there. Yeah, I was just showing evidence of injury. And if she does the same thing with some kind of mark she got, cool. But I'm telling you that I mean that's from her. When we had the kerfuffle in that room, there was a bump that she had on me on right where that bump is. So that came from her contact. Hell yeah, it did. Just reporting what's there. You guys saw that shiner I had. I told you. You guys were saying, "Well, she popped you." Yeah, she did, and I said she didn't. When I had the scarlet A on my head, the cop said, "Did she attack you?" I said, "No, no physical violence. She just told me to put the A on my head." And they said, "Well, yeah, it is funny." They were laughing their asses off when they came and saw me because my head was unevenly shaved with patches of hair that were kind of long still. I looked like Jason Voorhees. I was manic like Bongina, the manic-eyed Bongina. I was like crazed looking and I'm okay, guys. How you doing? Oh my God, they're like, holy Jesus Christ, this guy's tortured. I'm sure that's what they were thinking. But they said, "You're not a victim, are you, or are you?" I said, "No, I'm not a victim." They said, "All right, here's your victim packet." And they said, "We hope you feel better." I'm like, holy shit, thanks. There's Wookiee in my messages. People are becoming awake, you know. But I thought I'd come on and do what I do, my thing. It's been a while since I kind of done a politics deal. And I'm going to be honest, this is just going to come from a place in my mind of this is how I'm feeling about it. Okay? Whitewash bullshit of history. I always say anytime I put a Charlie Manson interview on, I go, "You better shut up right now and sit down. Give the man respect." Who? Oh, Rev, you're a sick freak. Are you talking about giving Charlie Manson respect? I said that's right, you sit down and give the man respect. Why? He just preached Christ crucified mostly. to people. You dig? Oh my God, Rev, are you a family member? I would have been. Yeah. I wouldn't have went along with Tex, though. If I was at Spawn Ranch and I was part of that crew, I would have said, listen, Tex is probably a fucking plant fed agent that's trying to fucking destroy our high, Charlie. We got the best deal possible out here, Char. You know, we got these hot ass fucking hippie bitches that just want to come around and hang out and cook food and shit, and their hair is like down to their fucking ass, right? These bitches just want to come around and I'll sing some songs with you playing some guitar, Charlie, and your voice is good enough, Char, that you could be in the background and singing your fucking shit. You know, this is if I were an actual family member back in the day in the 60s. And I would have said, look, Charlie, we got to kick that. I know you know Tex 20 fucking years. But Tex is ready to do this, Charlie. You got that? He wants to burn the family. We got all these beautiful fucking women here that just want to suck and fuck and sing and dance and twirl and do those little girl things they like to do to the music. Because you know the music grabs that little girl. So then you put in your music, and then you get what's called the blues, rhythm and blues. And you know that sexual aggression, and that gets the little girl. You dig? You pull a whippity-boppity-boo on everybody else around the goddamn world, and then you call me the devil when I just said Christ is crucified on the cross. People say to me, Charlie, do you want a second trial, Charlie? I tell them, how about my first? You dig? I didn't even have one trial. It was a bunch of bullshit. He wouldn't curse. He wasn't really a cursor, Charlie, if you notice. And that was because he was a fucking believer, like a pre-conservative. Now, the free love was the free love, you know? Goose fraba. And I'm going to tell you that I am what you call a Rasputin endorsing Christian. So I think anything is legal when it comes to sex. Unless we're going into harming. I don't think that's all right. But this is America, and kinks are kinks, and you guys can do what you want. I'm for it. You know, do what you want. Just be careful. I'll always say that. You want to be nuts? Be nuts. Yeah, do some nuts stuff. I want to do some nuts stuff with Ezzy. Oh my God. Rev, you're an idiot. Did you see that fucking email Banter, Blazing Banter sent me? Jesus Christ. Pull up the whole image of the email, because it's most of the email. She calls me a piece of shit at the end of the email. And I go, Jesus, why are you so mad at me? Do you know how many emails I'm getting every hour? Do you know how many messages I'm getting every hour? She's like, how dare you ignore me on my show? First of all, I was ignoring you. I wasn't ignoring you because I haven't seen an email from you. I usually look at yours because I liked you, but fuck you. You're blocked. Bye. And I'll probably I'm going to make that interview that I was on there with you private. So, whatever. You took another side, obviously. I always told you Ezzy's fake. Ezzy's not fake. I played you a huge portion of her voice in a conversation we had on the phone, and I recorded it so that I could hear her voice. She said, listen, if I run again, she says it in there, if I run for a while, if I go away for a while, I want you to be able to listen to it, to hear my voice, because when I go on long shifts with work, you seem to lose it a little bit. Yeah. I want to go back to Spahn Ranch, in the back of me to the right there. Because you want to see, okay, I got the Bible here. This is like a perfect Masonic lesson, object lesson. Okay? Let's just evaluate this for a second with an object lesson. And this is probably why the Lord simplified all the books I have, because I don't need somebody in that rehab probably will read those books and learn shit. I knew everything in those books, and I don't need them anymore. This is basically 97, or no, you could say 100% embellished, whitewashed bullshit that wanted to pin the LaBianca murders on one man named Charles Manson. So this is what you would call 100% lies. Now you have the inverse of that, which this is called a King James Bible, that many people are probably quite familiar with. If you're not, you should be. Go read a Bible, a 1611, or, if you need to do it, a New King James Bible. Go read that. This is light. This is truth. This is a baseline for your life. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Bible. This is truth. Okay. This is dark. This is 100% whitewashed lies, trying to pin everything on one man, and he wasn't even at the scene of the crime. Why did they do that to Charlie Manson? Number one, because he was a prophet. His music was way more powerful, too, if you couldn't get your hands on the original Manson recordings, the family recordings. Whoa, that's some powerful worship. Meditation music, worship music. Well, Rev, didn't Manson call himself Jesus Christ? Performatively. No. If you saw the regular Charlie that was giving you a fucking conversation, brother, he's just like any one of us, Charlie. You dig? He would have just been like any one of those chill motherfuckers that had a guitar. And he just like talk to you about shit. Amanda Breck type guy. I'll take up for Charlie. And I don't give a shit that you see an interviewer and they just give him disdain. You're a monster. I respect the ones that are like, you're a human being and I'll talk to you like a human being. But the vast majority of interviewers, especially the big networks, this man is subhuman. Look at how he looks like a rat. His eyes are glazed over black, evil looking. No, his eyes were glazed over black, evil looking, because he has dissociated so much, because they force the man into perpetual solitary confinement with 9 consecutive life sentences for absolutely zero crime. Charlie was nowhere near the LaBianca house on the night of the murders. He was nowhere near there. You know who was there? Tex, who was a Fed plant to destroy a utopia type situation at Spahn Ranch. It's the same thing with David Koresh. David Koresh was not a PDF file. He was not a predator in any way. There's no evidence of that. Everybody knew David Koresh in town, and they said he was just a fit guy that would run through town and go back to the compound. And yeah, he had women staying there. But there were legal age girls having babies with him. Yeah. So? Did he have guns? Yeah, there's a Second Amendment, motherfucker. Wake Up or Waco. Alex Jones, great documentary. Look at that. But I go back into my character. If I were Jason Wildflowers out there in California at Spahn Ranch, right? You dig? I'd be asking Charlie, I'd be like, bro, what do you think you should do? Charlie, man, listen. Don't you smell fed on that guy? Why is he coming around here talking about doing some kind of big murder? We're not about that shit. We're about fucking, drugging, fucking more, eating seeds, playing music, dancing around. We ain't about this bullshit. And Charlie'd come in and he'd be like, whoa, brother, wait. We got to talk about this. Come and talk to me. And I'm like, all right, brother, I love you, Charlie. Let's sit down and talk. And Charlie's like, here, listen. I agree with pretty much 100% of what you said, but what you have to understand is sometimes in life, you got to be like Judas instead of Jesus. You dig? I'm blurring my eyes, and it kind of looks like it could be Charlie. You gotta fucking listen to me. If you believe in prophecy, that means you believe in definite things that must happen, right? Yeah, Charlie, that's what I believe. That's what I believe, brother. We discussed this for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours while all those chicks were having lesbian orgies right in front of us, and we were getting hard-ons, and we were talking about the Bible and smoking weed. That was a good fucking night. Right. This thing called America with the 3Ks and the racism and the bullshit. You know that there's a plan here. You dig? We can't make the end not come. We can't make the beginning not begin. You dig? You gotta be outside of the box and inside of the box and then outside of the box, and you do the dance of Shiva, you create a new universe. You dig? Could you have just stopped, brother? The words coming out of my mouth that I just said, you dig it? Am I Jesus, you Judas, or am you Judas, I'm Jesus? You a lamb or a goat? You a sheep made for mutton? The meat grinder. I ain't a child of the 60s. My music was Bing Crosby. All these little girls here, I want them okay. Do they want to suck and fucking? Yeah, we do. But who am I to tell a little girl that comes to me and says, hey, Charlie, we could have a few moments together? And I go, well, yeah, I dig. If she digs, I dig. You dig? You look me in the eyes, Jason, and you tell me you don't understand what I'm saying. And then I come in and I go, fuck. You know, I got my scripture and I'm looking. I'm like, everything he said lines up with that. So I go, what are you saying, brother? We can't stop an evil act of a murder? And Charlie go, no, brother, we can't. You know why? Because I told that Tex motherfucker. I don't know if he'd use a curse word. Probably if he got too mad, he would. I told Tex, you listen to me. And he said, no, I won't listen to you. And I said to him, no, you have to listen to me. You got to respect me. We knew each other 20 years. You got to respect me. He said, no, I'm not going to listen to or respect you. And I cut that fucker's ear off. Yeah. Guilty of cutting an ear off. 9 consecutive life terms. Liberty. Freedom of America. I can't have a radio. And I go, Charlie, you're right. Maybe we can't stop it. And hence, I'll apply that to modern politics. I haven't looked at any of the headlines or nothing. I don't know what's going on with Trump, but I got a feeling that even for Trump, the Masonic plan, as the more that he sniffs it out, it's becoming increasingly more psychotic to even him. So I think he's going to be pulling back as much as he can on certain things that he knows is too far, that his Masonic brethren would like to see him bring in fully. The dawn of the new age, Aquarius, the age of Apollyon, Apollo, the angel of the bottomless pit, the AI god being born, that people will worship the image of the beast. Wow, the sun just really came out, and that's the Lord showing up. After I performatively did a crazy deal there, that if I was a member of the Manson fam on Spawn Ranch, and they call it the Manson family, it was not the Manson family, it was just the family. They made Charlie this weird anti-Messiah figure. And then he had the thing in his forehead, and they said it was a swastika. That's bullshit. It was an X, and these assholes carved it in his head. They forced him down, and they bullied him, and they did it to him. But you say it's a mark of Cain. You know, I guarantee you Charlie was anointed by Christ. And he was severely misunderstood, and when he would get very performative with his behavior. And that's when you have these really weird things where he goes, I could be Jesus Christ now and the devil tomorrow. and you wouldn't know the difference. And then he'd do a dance. He'd do some crazy dance and put the devil horns up like that, you know. All that. It's Charlie. I hope you've been liking my content, but I got a lot of ideas. I got lots of ideas. And, but my main focus right now is my peace of mind with a relationship that I really want. And the confusion level I have on this is really high. But I'm going to tell you this. I have a scenario in my mind that I'm pretty sure that what's the case here. And there's a combination of things that happened that day, that last time that I was in contact with her. So I'm really praying to Jesus that she's okay. Because it's weird to me what happened. To not hear from her again after she had like a pretty serious bump. It was like, she said it looked like a hematoma was forming on her head. So that really concerns me. I know I'm not blocked on her phone. It keeps saying delivered. My messages are delivered. She's just not seeing them. So please pray for Ezzy. I'm worried about her. And I even if she was just trolling me, catfishing me, I don't even care at this point. I know she wasn't. And that conversation that you guys heard, I don't care what you guys say. She's for real, whoever that girl is. She might not look like this girl. She may have used her photos. But I've said publicly, and I mean it, whoever the voice of that girl is, and just female, it's definitely female, I'm in love with that person. So if your name's not Ezzy, okay, fine, I don't care. Tell me your real name, tell me what you don't even have to show me what you look like. I just want to hear your voice again, because I really liked you. So maybe there's hope for 2026. And people wake up and go, we need a brotherhood of man. We don't want violence. We should take care of our land and our water and our air. Charlie's organization, ATWA, you know, the waters, the air, the land, trees. We got to reforest the planet. We got to plant trees everywhere we can. Do you know, we've decimated the Amazon. The Amazon, this is absolute fucking dog shit. What's happening in the world is repulsive, done by rich assholes. And it says in Revelation that the Lord comes back to judge those that destroy the earth. That's in Revelation. So if you're an anti-environmentalist person as a Christian, you're rebuked right now in the name of Christ. He's going to look at you and spit at you, really. This is our home. And it's all we got. And now the weather is massively fucked up. And have we contributed to it? You guaranteed that that's the case, that we contribute to it. Fracking alone, I'm telling you, look, if you think fossil fuels are fucking liquidized bones and shit of dinosaurs, you're not, oh my God, that's dumb. That black shit that you put in your fucking oil tank in your car is the blood of the planet. You dig? Oil is the blood of the planet, man. You want to bleed your mother? That's what you're doing. When the child becomes the parasite, what a wicked game. What a hideous fucking testimony that we would take the mother and rip her uterus out for her blood. God, that's satanic. That is what the planet's going through. It's a satanic ritual bloodletting of the planet Earth, because it's a living entity, the planet. It's not a benign fucking unliving thing. Everything you see naturally, if it's not polluted and fucked, there's life that blooms naturally. You have fucking Homo sapiens sapiens come around and we just fucking destroy it. Especially the white man. The natives respect the land. The Bible tells you how to treat the land. That you till it, and then you rest it 7 years, if you can, the sabbatical. And then you do a 7 years of plenty, 7 years, stop, 7 years, go back to farming. You rest the land. My door dasher's Heather. I wonder if she's going to be cute. I'm kidding. Sorry. That's just creepy. I apologize. I've said it before, though, like to a cute DoorDash girl. I've been like, yeah, you're cute, And they're like, oh, thank you, No offense. But it's something you shouldn't do. To be professional, Politically speaking, the biggest problem we have is division in the country. And ideologies are so divided now in terms of black and white thinking, and even in some cases, extreme cases of blindness to very common sense things due to ideology and political leaning and ideological leaning. It's a divided country to a level that it's like, wow, a Berlin Wall. And we're divided amongst ourselves. We need a platform in politics that stands for empathy and compassion and love. Those three things. We need a party that's founded around that. And would I call it the Christian American Party? Yeah, the CAP. The CAP Party. The Christian American Party. And the only thing we care about is taking care of people. That's number one. So would it be like a Bernie Sanders type movement? Yeah, but it would be under Christian banner for once. A legit Christian thing. Christian American Party. If that's not a thing, I think I'm going to copyright that or trademark it. Or somebody out there that has more money than me, take that name if it's not used and create a party, and let's do something. Let's pipe money into to fucking housing for homeless people, for housing for battered women and orphan children. This is a must, and it should have been. The Catholic Church fell back on this stuff. And I'm not criticizing them, really. Okay, they've done amazing things, the Catholic Church. Positive things. Like hospitalers. The word hospital you get from the order of the Vatican, the hospitalers that took care of people and healed them. It's a fundamental thing in society, okay? But if we're going to look at a situation like Charlie Kirk, and man, that smells bad now. God bless Candace Owens. She's really, wow, seen some stuff about that. You had people celebrate it. That happened when me and Shani were still together, and she was like, good. I wanted to vomit immediately. That's an unacceptable reaction to hearing that. Oh, he had fascist ideology. He was like a Nazi. You have freedom to be a Nazi in the country. I don't agree with that ideology. It's one of the dumbest ideologies. The Bible says that there is no Jew nor Greek, Gentile or Jew, it doesn't matter under Christ. I have white skin, you might have brown or black skin or yellow skin. We still bleed red, both of us. We're still just brother, sister. You dig? See, this is what you would have heard Charlie talk about if he were less mentally ill. I'd say I'm definitely less mentally ill than Charlie. But that's only because I was treated better in my life than Charlie was. He was a throwaway kid. You dig? I was a semi-trust fund kid. I say semi-trust fund because, well, I was a trust fund light. Because I didn't inherit like $10 million or $50 million. I inherited $250,000. And I told you, I turned that into $750,000 buy Apple stock. Apple stock. Buy it. And it's a dividend yielding stock. It yields bi-monthly, which means every 2 months they give a dividend. And then you take that dividend and you pump it at more stock, more stock, more stock. Then eventually you're going to have enough money a month just from your Apple that you're making $5,000 a month just on your Apple. There was a month that happened. I made $5,000 in 1 month just on my Apple stock. That was a good month. Anyway, here's the deal. We need the Christian American Party. That's something I could get behind. But we don't take any PAC money if we do it. No PAC money. Zero. None. You know how we get funding? We make one, say, PayPal business account, and we take donations to that one account that's run by a trusted party, and that's how we do our expenses. Zero PAC money. And in fact, we should put money into efforts that promote the idea of ending PACs altogether and reversing Citizens United that made corporations people, which is insane. God, this girl's... I did it all just for her. I did it all just for her. Holy shit. Yeah, I would do anything for her. You know the name of the song that I was just singing? It's called Poison Girl. I don't care. If she were poisoned, I would suck it out of her any way I could. I would absolutely... People said, you're insane for this, saying this. I don't care. I can say how I feel. I would gladly take my last breath to just smell her hair. I ain't phony, guys. I'm flawed. I'm a little crazy. Yeah. But I don't lie. And the times I did lie, it was narcissistic manipulation that made me lie to you. I.e., Shannon and her bullshit, constant histrionic behavior of wanting to. That was the main thing I took out of the Betty interview, or sorry, the Betty video that she made on the situation, which was a lot to me. She closed about me even. Her closing statement was about to me. But so that was very amazing and very, I'd say, therapeutic, and it helped me. And I thank Repsy in a message privately. I got his number, and he's cool, man. And we talked about he sent me a message about the Zach thing, and just bless him. I really like Repsy, and we do a show, bro. You know, Rep and Rev. I'll be right back. I really there's a pause feature now on recording, on iPhone. I really love the latest iPhone stuff. It's so good. The latest iOS is 28. It's so good. Like, wow. Really good. I lost my train of thought. That sucks. I'm lovesick. Oh, that's it. I'm lovesick. I've been talking to Wookie, and I've been like, I'm in the lost puppy dog phase right now, because Shanny's gone out of my life. Zero chance. I want nothing to do with her ever again. Nothing. People have asked me now, like Rep asked me, you wouldn't want a friendship with her now. No, I wouldn't. She's negative. She's always negative. And when she's positive, it's very. She's masking. She don't mean the niceness. There's just nothing good there, and she needs to find something good in her life, and go with God and do that. But I'm very much in a limbo state right now. And it feels very weird. Very weird. I'm going to be straight with you. I still have time here, thank Jesus. And I got two really good fortunes. That was basically saying both your destiny is decided and you're going to do it. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. And that's going back to what I said before. It's like in Terminator 3. Shit. In Terminator 3, Arnold says to John Connor, you can put things off, but it's inevitable that it will happen. It's prophecy. It will happen. You cannot change it. Because what's the catchphrase in T2? There is no fate but what you make. That's bullshit. That's Luciferianism. That is that you can create your own destiny with no help from God. That's bullshit. That's egotism, narcissism, Luciferianism. That you become God, like Shirley MacLaine running on the beach, going, I am God, I am God. No, you're not. Manifest me a tree right now in front of me in your own power. Do it. Yeah, you can't. But Aaron's rod in the Ark of the Covenant could still grow almonds on it. explain that. Yeah, this is the power of God. Okay? Again, Elijah with the prophets of Baal, they're cutting themselves, bleeding all over the place, going, because it was always sexual shit, man. They mix the blood and the sex. They love that shit, and they're just bleeding all over themselves in lust, like, oh Lord, our Lord Baal, please, these Israelites are fucking scum. Can you fucking do something? And they're just bleeding all over themselves. And then Elijah's like, look at these losers. They just piss against a fucking wall. There's Jules. I'm going to wrap up this video, and this is a long one. This is the type of stuff I used to talk about a lot. I want to start talking about the Bible and truther stuff and get back on the horse. Revelation News, JWE.